Okay, we're going through another exercise in love. Not only loving yourself, but loving others, right? So these are the 3 A's. What are the 3 A's? Attention, acknowledgement, and appreciation. So let's go through that. 3 A's help you give conscious, and it is a conscious, intentional exercise for giving love. It's easy, it's gratifying, it's self-replenishing, and you guys know all that. Not only do we give love, but receive it ourselves. So exactly what is that? What is attention? Attention is direct eye contact. You know, when you're communicating with someone, have you ever heard someone's talking to you and you go, "Would you just look at me?" Maybe that's an experience from my past, right? So when you're conversing with someone, there's nothing more powerful than direct eye contact, to actually be engaged, to actually come into that presence. Because people love to be heard. They really, one of the basic human needs is to be understood. So when you move from that emotional place, is rather than you being understood, is trying to understand other people. When you're innately curious, when you see the best in them, when you talk about it, when you look them directly in the eye, there's a quality to that relationship and that communication where it makes other people feel better. Not only that, it teaches you presence. So if you're not used to that, actually looking people, I may feel a little bit awkward. But really what it is get used to that and actually look at people, look them in the eye, and then truly listen and be present. That makes a big difference. What's acknowledgement? Acknowledgement is complimenting or commenting on what people do. So acknowledgement, we're going to compliment what they do. So if you live with the attitude that everything that people do for you is a gift for them trying to make your life easier. So the problem is, then you would acknowledge it. The problem is we get in relationships, we get routines, we have expectation. One thing Tony Robbins says, we could trade expectation for appreciation, or you could put acknowledgement in there as well. Then the quality of our relationships get much better. You know, like, hey, you know what? You were late picking up the kids for school, or you know you're supposed to do this. And then the thing is, we don't acknowledge what people do for us, and it makes our life better. And then what happens is when it's not done, we criticize. So then what happens? Then our relationship becomes about criticism because we take it for granted. So if we lived our life like no one ever had to do anything for us, even if they get paid to do it, even if the Starbucks barista, if you go to Starbucks, serves you something, I guess they didn't have to do it. Of course, they could get fired, but they're doing it for customer service. If we actually acknowledge that, and we just said thank you, and we looked for things to acknowledge, and we appreciated that people are in the world trying to help us. Now, what we do is we begin at home. Obviously, the best relationship is with ourselves. We can acknowledge others. Then we acknowledge our intimate partner. Then we can move that out with our friends. Then we can move it out to people just serving us, to a waiter or waitress. But when you acknowledge with sincere gratitude, you also perpetuate and wire into your body that you see the best in people and you talk about it. Now, what's appreciation? Appreciation is commenting or acknowledging who people are. Now, that's different. Acknowledging what they do. Hey, thanks for getting that for me. Hey, babe, you know what? I really appreciate how when I come home, dinner's made because it makes my life so much easier. I don't have to think about that. I appreciate that you do this or whatever that is. Appreciation is who they are. Just hypothetical example. I appreciate when I come home from work that you take care of things so I can spend time with the kids. You know how valuable that is. I appreciate how giving and loving that you are. See, a person that does something, if they did it out of love, acknowledgement would be acknowledging what they do. Appreciation is who they are, that inspired what they do. That way we take expectation, we turn it into appreciation. Now, if you want to bring out the best in your partner or the best in everyone, which that's our sole purpose, S-O-U-L, not only do we see the best in them and we talk about it, but the vehicle for that is to appreciate who people are. Hey, I appreciate how determined you are. Hey, I appreciate that you have vision. hey, I appreciate, like me, I'm a visionary. I'm not big on details. So I tell my team, man, I have the vision. Man, I can create stuff. I'm nothing without them. I can be up on stage teaching a seminar, but I'm nothing if the hotel wasn't rented, if all these people didn't register. It's other people in your life that make things happen. And with unity, we're here to help people. You're here to help people on their soul purpose. They are here to help you on your soul purpose. So when we see the best in them, when someone wants a conversation, when we look them in the eye, we acknowledge what they do, we appreciate who they are, then we create unity. And this becomes an exercise in love. And as you give attention and eye contact, you acknowledge what they do, you appreciate who they are. Remember, it's like literal physical exercise. Not only are you exercising giving love, but you're replenishing yourself. Seeing the best in people, acknowledging and appreciating, brings the same out in you. Acknowledgement and appreciation for yourself. Hey, so let's spread that. Let's make eye contact with people. Let's say hello. Let's acknowledge great things. Let's acknowledge how giving and loving they are, because the innate in us sees and recognizes the innate in them. And then we can give gratitude. Gratitude is the bridge between love, fear, and love. That's the bridge. If you're in fear and you want to go to love, man, find something to be gracious about, right? Appreciation is gratitude exercised. Acknowledgement is gratitude exercised. So what you can do is make a list of people and conditions that you are so appreciative of. So this way we can acknowledge. It's like a gratitude journal, but this is the exercise in your workbook. Make a list of people that you're gracious for in your life. What do they do that makes your life easy? Who are they that makes them inspired to do that? And then give gratitude for it. Breathe that in. Breathe in the relationships. Now expand that out to every person you interact with. Let's make great eye contact. Give them attention. Let's acknowledge what people do. Let's appreciate who they are. Let's write a list. Let's absorb that into us. And let's replenish our love with gratitude, so we can continue to give attention, acknowledgement, and appreciation. 3 A's, I guarantee, will change your life and add value to every relationship in your life. That's exercising love.